Good evening. So the title of this video is Why I Want to Learn Hindi, or something like that. I haven't wrote it, I haven't typed it in yet. Anyway, so why I want to learn Hindi? Well, I was always interested in languages when I was a kid. But at my school was, if you studied languages, you were gay. I don't know if that's still the same. Now it's gone on later. Now even if you study anything, you're gay. Or they like to say, "Oh, I'm thick me," and this is what in England for the working classes. And anyway, so I used to study French at school and German, and then when I was 30. So then I studied French by myself after I left school. Went to France 18 with a group of people, and I could manage to get by. And then I came to Japan. I went to a Japanese language school. I'm not a very good student really. I just like to learn bits, what I think might be interesting or funny or whatever. And but now I'll be 60 next year, and I just wanted to do something that, to prove that, you can do anything at any time. You don't have to be young to do it. You can be old. And hopefully I can just encourage other people to start learning a language, because it's not that difficult. I mean, it's difficult to do it right, and it does take a lot of time. It takes about 900 hours, and they always argue which is the most difficult language. Well, that just depends on where you're born, what your mother tongue is, and it's as simple as that. What your mother tongue is, where you were born, where you live, and if you've got, for example, if you've got bilingual parents or trilingual parents, then you're probably going to be speaking as a child 1 or 2 languages, 3 languages maybe, and that is a great start, and it's a good stepping stool to learn even more languages. Now, they always said that Japanese is quite difficult, but the speaking of it is not that difficult. But but obviously, if you've got to learn like 2,000 kanji, that makes it a little tougher, and it's a lot easier to read kanji than it is to write them, because you've got to, until it's natural. And even if people that leave Japan, Japanese leave Japan, if they're not using it, they're using a keyboard, they forget the kanji, because they're not using it, they're not reading Japanese newspapers, they're not watching Japanese TV, they forget the kanji. Anyway, so you've still got all languages, you've got to use it or you lose it. Now why Hindi? Well, because for the simple reason they've got over 1,000 people in their country. 1 billion people in their country. And it might be good to, and I've got like quite a few I don't know about subscribers, but definitely a lot of people from Indonesia. They watch my videos. Sorry, this is all tongue-tied. I'm not going to do it again. This is just how I make videos. So why Hindi? Now, when I came to Japan, I did notice that people that came from Pakistan, India, the Middle East, they could get a better grasp on the Japanese language than people from the West. And it eventually dawned on me that they had a similar language, or not too difficult. And if you look at Hindi, there are a lot of similar sounds, and the best thing is that the verb is at the end of the sentence. If you've been studying Japanese, we know that, and so it seems a lot easy. Just starting off, it seems a lot easier to pick that up. And so it's not that. I am now learning from Romaji. It's like Romanized, so I'm learning from that. And it's not the same as you would expect it. For example, AHI, if you live in Japan, you would think it would be hi, but it's not, it's hey. So you just got to get used to those little change differences between Romanized Japanese and Romanized Sanskrit or Hindi. So that's what I want to do. I want to learn Hindi, and I've started doing it already. And hopefully in the next few days I'll put up That's a Yorkshire P, that is a Yorkshire U. So I'll put up a video of me speaking some Hindi, and it'll be just like some things I've learnt off the online. So like I say, so hopefully I can do well, and if I could get it as good as my Japanese, and people will say your Japanese is bad, but my Japanese is good enough to communicate with people, to talk to people, to make jokes in Japanese, to do my job. I know it's not perfect, and people have told me that many times. So, but if I can get to a conversational level, that is where the fun is. And so I would encourage anyone, especially if you're young, because if you're young and you pick up another language, it can help you get work in the future. So if you want to leave the country, you know, if you can already speak that language, it gives you a good step ahead. But for example, if you're English, I would like go for French, Spanish, or Italian, because of a lot of English words have their base in the Roman languages or the Romance languages. So definitely go for European ones, because if you go for the other ones, you're just changing words. If you're learning Spanish, you're just changing words, because basically it's the same. But if you're learning Japanese or you're learning Korean, then you have to put the verb at the end of the sentence, and that is it's more confusing for an adult than it is for a child. So that's about it. So hopefully a bit of advice, planning on what I want to do. So, and hopefully some people from India are watching, and then you can watch my attempts at your language, and you can tell me what you think of my pronunciation or sound, or any tips or advice you have for me. So, bye bye. I was trying to think. I was trying to think of the good word for goodbye. Is it Advil? Advil, something like that. Advil. I know Advil in America is like a drug, but and I might be sending you to sleep now. I don't know. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye bye. Namaste. That's hello.